Come on. That's stupid. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Alright, gang. Welcome back to our survival challenge here on New Frontier. The next stage of our log cabin is ready. It does require some more wood, specifically the beams and the long planks. I believe we have those. We just got to get them to kind of spawn here. One of them already has spawned. Excuse me, the wood beam is spawned. But we've got to get the long planks to spawn, because that other one next to it is just regular planks. So we might have to be moving a few pallets around here, but that's okay. At least we have them in there. They're good to go. Now, I have done a few minor things off camera. Nothing crazy, nothing major. But where we left off in the last episode, right, there were a couple of trees that we decided we need to move, or remove, excuse me, to expand our field 2 over there. I have done that, so those trees are gone, the stumps are gone, so that it's ready to go. We just got to drill it, which we're going to do today. I moved a few other things around. You can kind of see them, I guess, on the other end here of the shed that we put down. I've got the front loader attachments, tools, over there. So just to get them out of the way a little bit more. We've still got to get a little bit more stuff off the area and somewhere in or around the shed, I think, but here we go again. I'm having a lot of issues with this little trigger point here, aren't I? Huh. If I pick it up by hand, it doesn't have any issues, but if I'm doing it this way, it won't, for whatever reason, it won't accept it. Which is weird. Because I'll come over here, I'll pick it up, and move it in the air just a couple inches, and it's going to accept it. There it goes. It's very weird. I don't understand why it won't accept it when it's on the fork, but whatever. We'll go about it that way, I guess. I was right now. I need planks long, right? Yep, planks long. So let's go get some planks long. We need 2,000 liters of that. So technically, we need 2 pallets of that. And then we need cement bags. Now, we don't really have any way to make cement at current on this challenge, in this series, because we have stones turned off. So we might just have to buy those. Similar to what we did with the maze challenge, right? We just went ahead and bought them, which is fine. That doesn't really... It's not that big of a deal. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... Let me get the camera zoomed in here a little bit more. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pick both of these up and not at the same time or not, but... Yep. Okay, I can. So I'm going to move them kind of over here, slightly out of the way, and hopefully we can get... those long planks to spawn, or long pallet. That looks like them, potentially. And I can clean all this up off camera, it's not a big deal. We still have those trees that are stuck in the ground. I'm still trying to figure out how to get those things out of there. Having a lot of issues with those things, but it is what it is. Just have to play it by ear until we can able to maneuver them out of there somehow, one way or another. This one, I'm not sure it's going to work how I have it set up, because I think they're a little bit too long. I think they're going to fall off. So I'm going to need to probably stack these on top of each other. Yeah, I was going to say, we might get lucky and another one spawned, but I bet it's going to be the regular planks, and it was. So... Now, I don't know if we're going to need those regular planks again or not. If it's not, obviously we could sell those planks, which can give us a little bit of money. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. It'll work for what we're trying to do here. Just don't let that top one tip. I mean, I guess if it tips, it's not that big of a deal, but... Anyway, so what we're going to put in the second field that we actually started working on in the last episode, right? We got it all plowed up. We're going to put, I think, canola in there. That should, fingers crossed in theory, as long as we're able to plant canola today, which I didn't really look at, if I'm honest with you. Actually, it looks like we got a little bit of hail damage. So the reason why we're starting so late here is there was some hail, heavy hail, all morning long, and I didn't really want to drill something and then have to re-drill it again, so I figured I would just wait on the hail to be finished. Well, I accepted it that time, so I guess it's just very finicky. But anyway, we have some hail damage there, so we probably are going to have to bring the plow back up here. Re-plow that section so we can actually drill it properly, right? Yep, we're going to need to plow it or have a cultivator, but we don't have a cultivator yet, so... Now, the reason why, if we can do canola, which I should look and see if we can even do canola, we cannot do canola. Right now, we could plant oats, and that's pretty much it. Oats and grass, obviously. Well, I guess we can put oats in, but that would be it's gonna put us in a bit of a hardship. We're gonna have to get a harvester pretty quickly if we do that. Oats are a relatively quick growing crop. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and drop this off here. There you can see what I was talking about. I just kind of made a little section for our front loader stuff just out here. Just felt like it was a decent spot to put everything, so that's what we did. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to drop the weight off, and then we're going to pick up the plow. We're going to plow that little section up. We'll come back, get the drill, and then we can put some oat in there. Now, I had thought about working off camera a little bit on doing some of the painting on the ground here. You know, maybe making some gravel ground or whatever we decide to do. I didn't do it. I held off on it. I really almost did it, and I was like, nope. You know what? Let's wait on it, and let's just I'll just run into a tree. Z, that's great. Let's wait on it, and let's just see how this goes today, and we'll kind of make our decision from there, I guess. I'm not sure what I want to put on the ground around there. I'm not sure what paint, what gravel or asphalt or concrete or whatever it is. I'm not sure what I want to put down yet. Something I still am trying to kind of think through. We already know what we're going to do for the main road, but as I mentioned in the last episode, we're going to break off from that main road and have, you know, either just a whole area that's just had gravel drop down on it, near our yard, for example, or it's a track of some sort, right, where it's your more traditional setup where you've got two track lines and some grass in the middle that's growing, right, where the tractors or the vehicles normally don't drive on. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're doing well. Alright, I think that's about as good as it's going to be. Let's just make sure I didn't miss anything else in that field. I don't think I did. Now, we did have... no, looks like I'm good there. It's a very awkward shaped field, but it's still going to make us some money, so... we did have hail damage in our grass field. Now, our grass field is actually ready to harvest, so that's going to be a really good yield. We could potentially try to harvest that today, too. The only big problem with that is currently we only have one tractor, so it's going to be hard for us to do both. But you can see the hail damage there. We've got some pretty severe hail damage, honestly. Here, and I thought there was one other spot, but I guess there's not. I guess it was just those two. But still, that's some pretty severe damage, so... yeah. Not going to be, unfortunately, as good as we would like it to be, but... oh well, what are you going to do? Okay. So that's done. Let's grab the drill. I think I've already filled the drill up with seed, so we don't have to worry about filling that up. We've got a box of seed, or a pallet of seed over there when we need it. Soon enough, we will be implementing the buying silo, so we don't have to go all the way up to the shop to buy seed and fertilizer, etc. Whenever we need it, we can just take care of it then. Alright, so oat it is, gang. We've decided on oat. That's really the only thing we can put in there anyway. Now, this is a very, very large field. This is going to take us a while to do this. And really, I probably should be going down the middle, not around the edges, but that's alright. We're going to do it the old-fashioned way, the FS25 way. with the size of this drill and the size of this field, this will take us a significant period of time. So more than likely, we're not going to do it yet, but more than likely as we carry on here, eventually we'll probably jump into a time lapse of sorts and probably get most of this done. I really cannot stand how bad the rendering is in the game and the frames per second and everything, because it seems like there's areas of it that's not being hit, and it is. So hopefully when Giants gets back to work here, hopefully they'll make some major upgrades that may help with some of this, but I have a feeling until they're able to bump the game up to 60 frames per second, we're going to be dealing with a lot of these issues for quite some time here, if they can even bump it up to 60 frames per second. Really happy with how the farm here is coming together. It is a slow grind, a slow process, but we are coming together really nice, I think. It's really starting to come to fruition, and my ideas are starting to kind of fly off the table here left and right with how I want to continue on and how I want things to look and move forward and everything else. So but we still got a long way to go, man. We haven't even scratched the surface, really, from getting rid of trees. There's so many trees to get rid of. So many. Now, really, once we're able to get a little bit further along here, right? Once we're able to solidify a few more fields, get rid of a few more trees, realistically, if we can get 3 big fields like the sizes that we currently have going, right, with crops in them or whatever it may be, grass crops, whatever it may be, if we can get that going, I'll feel a little bit better. Now we have our log cabin construction. I was also considering doing a secondary construction, putting one down, a barn of some sort. Still kind of weighing on that option, but I'm considering it since we have such so much wood. I feel a little. I'd feel a little upset if we didn't give it a shot, right? Now I think the log cabin is going to take us a very long time to do. It's not a small log cabin, it's a very big log cabin, so I feel like it's going to be a very long time before we actually see the fruits of our labor on that one. But potentially one of the barns or shed or whatever you want to call it that I decide to pick, it might not take as long. I don't know. It might, but it might not. The only other thing I have to compare it to is the shed that we're actively working on in the farm maze challenge, right? That one is a smaller shed. It is still taking a long time to do as well. Alright, we've gone around the headland a few times here, gang. We're making some decent progress. We're doing our traditional up and downs here at this point. And yeah, we're going to have to get some gas here for the tractor here soon, as you can tell. We're getting a little low on gas, but that's alright. Not very often. I don't have a ton to talk about with all of you, but today I just don't. I don't. Just at peace with everything, trying to make some more fields here as soon as we can. I love this field. I don't really know where the next one's going to be, if I'm honest with you. There's a lot of options, but I don't really have an idea of where we're going to put it. I need to get rid of more trees, I think, over near the yard and where our first field was. I think I just need to keep going that way until we get pretty much to the end of our line. It's going to take a long time to do all of that. And I'm happy to do some of that on camera with you, but I don't necessarily know if that's something you want to see, me doing a ton of tree work. So I'm going to probably attempt to try to get some of that done off camera here over the next couple of episodes, right? At a minimum. There's certainly going to be some that I will show you, but not all of it. I'll try to make some major progress, I guess. But it just depends on time and work and everything else, right? So there's another tiny little field we probably could put in at current. It'd be very small, though, I think. And I don't even know how well it would work. Let me show you what I'm talking about really quick. I'll have the worker do their thing here. I'm going to have the work the headlands off. You can just do the lines at this point. Not wardrobe. Right, let the worker do their thing here. So the only other area really that we could put like a small field in would be like here-ish. I don't necessarily know if I want to do it though. I mean, I guess it would be okay. I mean, if we did it here and we took out maybe these trees right here, right, and kind of did one of these like this and back around, it wouldn't be a huge field, but it could work. I think that is close enough to the lake and the little creek and stream here, whatever you want to call it, but far enough away that it wouldn't really impede what I'm really going for, right? So that's a thought, right? Other than that, though, that's really going to be the extent of what we can do. And actually, even what I pointed out, I might not even be able to do. I think our line is somewhere right in here, so probably can't even really do that. We really probably just need to continue to get rid of these trees here, and then a few of these here, and we could probably pick a smaller, skinnier field right here. That's probably really where we should be going with it, right? More than anything. That's what I think, at least. Now, what's in the used market? We always like to look at the used market. Is there anything out there for us? There's a Windrower, which would be very useful. Honestly, this would be amazing for us to have. Because now that we have 2 mowers, we're really going to need a Windrower. Evidently, that was part of a headland pass there, I guess. I don't know what the worker's doing here, if I'm honest with you. I don't think they know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing. Well, either way, we're going to take back over for the worker anyway. They were only supposed to be doing a little bit for me to help me out. But they did something, all right. So I'll tell you what, let's carry on here. Let's get into it. We'll get it done. There's not much left to do, actually, now that we've got a good chunk of that lower section done. There's not much. This is a very bumpy and hilly area up here. We're probably going to need to really potentially think about smoothing this area out up here for a harvester. I think it's going to be pretty difficult for the harvester up here. That's why this one might end up eventually being only our grass field, but we'll see, right? We'll see how things go. Yeah, let's get into it. All right, well, that did not take as long as I actually thought it was going to. I thought it was going to take much longer than that, but I guess it's definitely a much smaller field than our grass field is over here, so there's that. But, yeah, all done. We even fertilized it and everything, so fantastic. That's ready to go. Don't need to touch that field again until the next episode. So I'm going to top this thing off really quick here with whatever fertilizer I can fit in here. Probably all of it. Yep. And I'll put this underneath the shed. It really should be underneath the shed, honestly. Solid fertilizer should not be getting wet. A little bit right there. It looks like it'll work perfectly right there. Awesome. Okay. So, we need... Hold on a second to do a quick save. We need to get some cement for our log cabin. Cement is not cheap. I do know that. It is not cheap by any means. Is there a way to find construction projects in here? I guess not. Guess not. Okay. Well, let's just jump over there and see it real quick. 5,000 cement bags. That cannot be cheap at all. I don't even know where I can buy cement bags. Can I buy cement bags, first of all? Buy from the warehouse. Okay, we can buy them up there. They are 4,536. Woof. Alright, so we're nowhere near that amount right now. We're going to have to probably sell some wood to get to that point. So I tell you what. I think we have plenty of... Well, we've got plenty of wood around us, I should say. I'm going to put all of these on selling. Now, they're not going to make us any money until 1,600, but that's okay. Let's put them all on selling. Change output mode. And the ones that have spawned, they can stay there. That's fine. Not a big deal. And we'll make a little bit of money off of it. Ooh, I need to turn that off first of all. Now, let's get the mower out and we can start mowing our field that is ready to mow. We'll get the mowers, plural, I should say. Now, I don't know how much we're going to get out of that wood. It may not even be the best time to sell the wood, but that's okay. We have plenty of wood. We've got a surplus of wood. That is one thing that we do have plenty of. And that's what we're going to utilize whenever we need it. And today's one of those days. We definitely need it for that concrete. And we're underway, gang. This is going to be good. I wish we had a windrower, so all the windrowers I think are relatively expensive. There might be a few that are not, but I think most of them are not cheap by any means. Let's see if we can figure out where our boundary is here. That way we can consider working for the, or at least looking at it from a perspective of trying to figure out about potentially creating that field up there I talked about, right? So we're going to kind of go up in here and then wrap around. Just do one more quick pass here. Let's make sure we get most of this. We'll probably take down this tree right here, too. It's kind of in the way. Alright, that'll work. Alright, so we know where our boundary is here. I'm just going to mow all this up. There's no reason not to, in my opinion. Let's just mow it all. We'll get whatever we can out of this. This bonus grass, as we like to call it, right? Now we're going to start running into some stumps here on this path here, because this is an area that I have not done anything with as regard to getting rid of these stumps, but that's okay. This will make it easier for us to find them. That's for sure. Now, a couple people have mentioned in regard to that floating branch there, a couple floating branches there. As soon as I get rid of the stump, they're saying that it should go away. So that's good, right? I don't think we're necessarily worried about how to get rid of that. Just get rid of the stump and it's going to go away. There's a lot of grass here. This is going to make us a lot of money. A lot of money. Now, what we're probably going to have to do with that area over there that had some hail damage to it, more than likely what we're going to have to do is plow that area up and then re-drill it with grass. It's not going to be the most ideal situation, but that's probably what we're going to have to do. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to get to grow back. I guess I could be wrong. Maybe it will just grow back after a while, but I don't think it would. I wouldn't think it would. Somebody probably knows that, and it's probably already corrected me in the comments. I'm sure. We're also going to expand this field here a little bit as well. Now, will we keep it at grass? Yeah, probably for a little bit longer. Grass is really going to be how we're going to be able to afford a harvester, right? Grass and I guess selling some of the trees. There you go. Oh my god, we got $75,000. Oh! Oh! Okay. I really wasn't expecting that kind of money. We still have the wood chips we got to get rid of as well. Okay, well, we have 30,000 liters of wood still in there, so that's huge, gang. That is massive. With that, we're going to go ahead and buy this right now. There's no reason not to. This is a fantastic width. This is going to make our life so much easier. I don't care about the spare wheel. Swath curtain. I don't know what that really means. I guess keep it in 2 different swath rows, I guess? Is that what that means? I don't know. I don't know what half this stuff is, I'm going to be honest with you. We're just going to buy it as it is, I guess. Let's just... $45,000, it's expensive. That's a lot of money. But let's just buy it as is. That'll also should give us plenty of money to buy the cement bags that I want to buy, or the pallets, or whatever they are. That is huge, man. That's awesome. I cannot believe we just made that kind of money. Giddy up. My best Kramer voice from Seinfeld. Giddy up. There's a little hail damage there too. I knew there was more. There's some right there. That or I drove into it, but I don't. I mean, you can drive over grass, so it shouldn't have been that. It had to be the hail damage. Had to be. Now we're just now starting to really get into the bulk of our field here, so this should be heavy duty yield of grass coming out this way now. Man, that really changed the perspective here, didn't it? Selling all that wood. Whew. I love how I just was talking away, not really paying attention that it had already passed 1600, and then look up and whoa! we somehow made 60,000 bucks out of nowhere. These stumps are really causing me a little bit of mayhem. This one specifically, this one that's really high up in the air, is the biggest problem. But we'll be getting rid of that soon, so that won't be a problem much longer. As a matter of fact, what I might end up doing here, the more that I think about this, this is a big field. If we go to the extent, now that we know where the actual extent of our land is, if we split this field into two, I think that would be sufficient. I don't think we need as big of a field as we currently have. We could make one of them still a grass field for a significant while, and the other one could be a crop field. Now that we know we're going to kind of be focusing here on getting a harvester. Granted, we just bought a big, massive windrower, but we need that now that we have two mowers. But moving forward, you know, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And we'll have all kinds of wood and stuff that we can utilize to accomplish that. We're going to do something a little bit unorthodox here. I'm going to, because I keep running into some of these trees here, and I keep kind of mowing further than I want to because I'm not picking up both mowers at the same time. So we're going to run one more pass this way. Give myself a little bit more room. This is great, man. We're able to mow this grass quickly. It's not taking us forever to do it. 14 mile per hour. We cut our time in half. Now, granted, before, I could have the baler on the back, right, and kind of go about it that way, but this is going to be faster, though, in the long run, I think. Alright, so we're nearly done here, and I figured it out, gang. I don't think we do have to plow it up and re-drill the area that was damaged by hail, on grass at least. It appears to me that it's still just been saying it's been harvested, and it has 100% fertilization yield on it, so I'm not going to necessarily worry about it. We're just going to let it go. We're going to see what happens. If it doesn't grow back, then we know moving forward, but I did look at it, and it said it was just harvested, and it says 100% fertilized, so it basically does the exact same thing as if you're looking here. See how it says harvested 50%? It just had 100% fertilized on it because, I guess because we didn't actually technically harvest it. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it and just see what happens. Alright, we are done, gang. So, I'm going to head up to the shop. I'll pick up the windrower. And we come back and we can windrow this up. We'll see where we are at that point with the time and everything on the actual episode itself. And hopefully we can go up there and buy some cement. Now, I don't know if 30 grand is enough for all the cement or not. I really have no clue. I think one pallet of bags of it, I think, was like 4 or 5 grand, I think, if I remember correctly. So, yeah, let's go get the windrower. We can windrow this up, and we'll go from there. All right, we're back here, gang. Let's get going here. We're gonna unfold this thing and get it all prepped and ready to go for us. I was going to say, why are those not dropping down? I guess it just was a little delayed, I suppose. Yeah, this is great, man. Look at this. We're going to be dropping bales every 10 seconds. Probably less. These things are sweet, too. Look at them, man. So I guess that's what it does. I guess that's what the... Yeah, I guess it just puts it all in one nice fancy row, I guess. I don't know. Anyway. Those are pretty sweet. I like them a lot. That's cool. Alright, let's realign this thing here. Perfect. Now, we're going to have to service this thing. I'll probably service it as soon as we're done doing the windrowing here. Because it was used, right? So we should service it so we can keep the costs down a little bit, right? So I'm not normally a big proponent of doing multiple time lapses in an episode, but tell you what, we're going to do it now. We're going to knock this out. And I don't know if we'll do any baling today or not. We might have to wait till the next episode to do some baling. We'll see. But we might. We just might. Alright, it is all done. Not really the most traditional way, but I figured out it was probably faster to go this way instead, so that's why we started going this way halfway through, I guess. Either way, all done. Now this thing's pretty large, so I don't think it's actually going to fit in the... I just ran into the trailer there. Good job, Z. I don't think it's actually going to fit in here, but I'm just going to sit it right here. Kind of in the way, sort of, but not really. Kind of out of the way at the same time, if that makes any sense. For now. And I'll tell you what. Let's head up to the shop and... Well, first of all, I need to get the front loader on. Let's head up to the shop and let's pick up a couple of bags of cement. We'll bring them back. We'll see what time it is, and then maybe potentially we'll kind of begin working on doing some baling here of all the grass that we just mowed and windrowed up. Okay, we're pulling up here. Let's see if we can buy some here. Cement bags. That's what we needed, right? It was cement bags, was it? Now I'm questioning that it was cement bags and not concrete, which is the same thing basically, but cement bags. Yes. Oh wow, look at this. This has just recently been put down. Look at this. Anyway, sorry, got distracted for a second. So 4,536, and I'm assuming I'm gonna buy one. I'm assuming they're 1,000 per. They are. And we needed 5,000. So it's going to take all of our money pretty much, but it's worth it. All right. Let's stack these things up here as best we can. Probably should have brought the weight. It might be okay. I don't know how heavy these things are. Cement's normally pretty heavy. Yeah, we'll be fine. Probably put the trailer a little bit too close, but we'll be fine. I'm not going to try to really set these up perfectly by any means. We're just going to put them down there and move on. Oh boy. Well, that went well. When I said I was going to sit them down there and not put them down perfectly, that's not exactly what I was meaning. I'll be honest with you. Oh, now we're stuck in the ground. Oh my gosh. This game, man, they have got it. Look at this. Look at this. Whoa! They have got to fix this, man. That is pathetic. Come on. That's stupid. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Alright, I managed to get them all back on there, gang. It was not the most ideal situation. I did have to utilize the liftable bales and pallets mod that I have turned on just to get some of them up there, but the rest of them I did use the forks to do. It was pretty much one at a time, unfortunately, but I did get them up there. They've got to fix that that ground issue. It's uncalled for at this point, so hopefully with the holiday season about to be over, hopefully they'll get back in there and get us a mod or a mod. Patch, that's what I was trying to say, not a mod, to help resolve that. Let's go take these to the log cabin, and we'll see. All right, we're pulling back up here, gang. I'm thinking I'm not even going to attempt to try the forks again. Maybe I will, though. Maybe I will. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little nervous for the same issue to occur again. I bounced around a lot, and finally we got free, but we were all over the place there for a little bit. So let's try it quickly, and if it starts having issues immediately again, I'm just going to do the rest of them by hand. So see, here's the other issue, right? If it can't find the little trigger point, I'm going to have to do it by hand anyway. Okay, well. By hand it is. For some reason it keeps dropping it. Okay, it says planks long 0 liters, even though I don't know. Well, we'll let it go through the cement bags and see what happens, I guess. Tell you what, let's do a little bit of baling. You know what? I'm kind of in the mood. Let's do a little baling. Let's do a little bit of baling. Oh my gosh. We're stuck, gang. I didn't even do anything. Oh my gosh. This game. Alright, let's get underway here, gang. More than likely, the next episode we're going to be doing some woodworking stuff. Specifically, we'll take away a lot of those stumps. And we're probably going to knock down some more trees, too. I think at this point, since we sold so many of the trees out of the sawmill anyway, we probably should put some more in there. So. Now, this baler had around 7-ish%, something like that, of grass in it. So not everything we're getting out of here is all from that mow we just did, but I mean it's only 7%, so really it is pretty much all of it. I think this stump's going to cause us issues again. Oh, we were able to just go right over top of it, weirdly. Look how fast that went up there. That was insane. It's going to be doing that pretty much the entire time. We're not going to be able to get very far before we get full again. But the size of these windrows. Some of these corners, I'm probably going to make a couple of trips. I'm going to whip a Yui here. We're going to hit this little section here that we missed. Or that was too wide for the baler to pick up. One of the two. Probably the latter there. What we're going to do as well when we decide to wrap these, because we're probably going to wrap almost all of these. We're going to get some sheep here soon, though, too. Probably in the next episode we'll get sheep, I would think. But a lot of these are going to be wrapped. And when we do get to that point where we're going to start wrapping these, I'm going to upgrade or update, customize, whatever, our wrapper to where it'll turn the bales on their side, the other side. Because for me, that's easier for me to pick up off the ground when they're like that with the forks. So I'm gonna make that modification there. It's gonna cost a little bit of money to do so, but that's all right. It shouldn't be too bad. It should only be a couple thousand, I think. All right, we're going to get one more bale, gang, and then we're going to leave it at this point. And we'll finish the rest of this baling up in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you smashed the like and the subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, all that good stuff. Check my other channel out if you haven't done so already. Let me know your thoughts, questions, comments, ideas down below. I'm happy to get back to you on those. I'll try to get back as soon as I can. A lot of busyness going on right now, so bear with me if it's a little bit longer than normal. More videos are in the corners at this point for you to check out if you are interested in those. And until next time, I will catch each and every single one of you in the next episode.